Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings boys game. And now, Viking pregame.
Good evening, and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios, where tonight the Colfax Viking boys are getting ready to take on the Durand Panthers in a Dun-St. Croix Conference matchup and the Vikings' final regular season game of the 2020-2021 season. Rick Olson here, and soon I'll head over to the school to join Dan Petchow as we're getting ready to bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Durand Panthers and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Noel's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school boys basketball. All of that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where Dan Petchow and I are getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's boys basketball game between the Durand Panthers and the Colfax Vikings. The Vikings are looking to finish the season on a winning note and even their conference record at 7 wins and 7 losses. Back on January 26th, the Vikings were defeated by the Panthers in Durand 69-31. Now, leading the way in that game was senior Caden Erickson, who scored 12 points. The Vikings are coming off a game where they were soundly defeated by the Spring Valley Cardinals 74-34 last Monday. Leading the way in scoring for the Vikings was 6'5" senior Drew Gibson with 8 points. He was followed by 6'2" senior Caden Erickson, who pitched in 8 more. Leading the way for the Vikings this season is Erickson, who is averaging nearly 12 points per game. He's followed by Gibson, who adds another 10 points per game, while 6'1" senior Noah Hydorn contributes an additional 8 points per game. The leading rebounder for the Vikings is 6'5" junior Tristan Lenz, who averages 5.5 boards per game. The Durand Panthers are 7-4 in the Dun-St. Croix Conference and 11-4 overall, and are riding a 3-game winning streak. The Panthers are averaging 60 points per game while giving up 50. Now that compares with the Vikings, who average 51 points per game and give up 61. On Monday night, the Panthers defeated the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 67-53. Durand is led in scoring by 6'3" junior forward Gunnar Hurlbert, who's putting up over 13 points per game. Also contributing to the Panthers scoring is 6'3" junior forward Caden Berger, who adds just over 11 points per game. The leading rebounder for the Panthers is Hurlbert, who pulls down over 7 boards per game. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Mark Noel on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Today we're talking with Viking boys head coach Mark Noel. And Coach, last Monday the Vikings ran into a Spring Valley team that basically demonstrated why they're in first place as they took down the Vikings 74-34. Your thoughts on that game?
Well, yeah, first of all, Spring Valley really is the class of the conference right now when it comes to their talents. They have, they have a great coach, great coaching staff, but they definitely do have the best overall team and talent. We were fortunate to beat them at Colfax on a last-second shot. But with that said, in that game, I felt like in the game that we just played and lost, at halftime we were down 30-16, and they made a shot at the buzzer to make it 30-16. Otherwise, 28-16, and it's still a doable game at 14 points. We felt like we had a lot of good shots early in the game. Early in the game, we were up 8-3, and we missed 2 or 3 shots that I feel like if they would have went in, our confidence could have kept going. And right now, with young adults, you have fragile confidence, and that's kind of why you see the up and down with our team. So, but yeah, that's what it came down to, is we missed some shots early, and then they were making shots on their senior and parent night, and they had a lot of confidence.
Well, tonight the Vikings are going to wrap up the regular season as they take on the Durand Panthers. What can you tell us about the Panthers and what challenges they present?
It's a huge challenge for us because, number one, the crazy thing is they were picked to win the conference. They had 4 starters back from a team that did really well last year. And so everyone in the conference saw them as the kind of the target team. And with that said, then they had a COVID situation amongst their program. And kind of like us, where all of a sudden, when you miss that time, there's a lot of continuity. But with them, they have so much experience back, they could bounce back quicker than we could. And but Durand is a really good team. Their point guard, number 3, Bowers, he's a dynamite little point guard. He can really push the ball. I think he leads the conference in assists, right around probably 5 assists a game. Then they have a big kid inside, this number 23, Herbert, about 6'3", probably 250, somewhere in that range. But big, strong kid, can go inside, outside. And then they've got this Berger kid, who's their second leading scorer, about 11 points a game, 5 rebounds a game. And so their starting 5 is really solid with a lot of experience. And they have 3 kids that come off the bench. 2 of them have good experience.
Okay, so now, as you mentioned earlier, the Vikings in that Spring Valley game jumped out to an early lead. You were competitive in that game well into the first half. But to finish the season with a 500 record, the Vikings are going to need to be competitive for all 36 minutes. What can the boys do to pick up that part of the game?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we've been talking about, and I think I mentioned this last time, but I'm going to mention it again. In the last 5 weeks, we've had 11 practices. 2 of them were just in the last 2 days. So it was actually really nice to actually work on some stuff where we knew that we didn't have a game the very next day. So we just had 2 practices. I felt like we got to work on a few things that we need to work on. I'm a big believer in that your seniors have to be the ones that really lead you. And so we need our seniors to step up to that challenge tonight and to play to their full potential. And you know what? The scoreboard always takes care of itself. I don't worry about the scoreboard. The scoreboard will take care of itself when you bring your energy and your effort.
And you got to believe in yourself.
Yeah, you got. And I always tell the boys this, and I've always told any of my athletes this over my years, is that number one, you have to be your number one fan. Okay, you're always going to have your family or grandparents or sister, brother, someone like that that's going to believe in you. But ultimately, you have to believe in yourself first before others can believe in you. No one can believe in you if you don't believe in yourself first. So that's something that they've been hearing from me all year long. And we are capable of it because we've shown that we are capable of it throughout the year. Yes, if we win tonight, we can have a 500 record in the Dun St. Croix, which I believe is a really good conference. When we just had our seating meeting, we were talking with Fall Creek is our regional, Regis is our regional, Augusta, Cadott in our regional with Spring Valley, and we told them that we were 6-5 against their conference. So we feel like we're just as good as the Clover Belt, if not better.
Now, what Viking players, you talked about the seniors, is there anybody specific that we should look for to step up tonight in this game?
Ultimately, it's 5 of the seniors that actually get to play quite a bit. You know, starting off with Drew, Noah, Caden, Tanner, Hunter. Those 5 right there really need to play to their potential. And we need all of them to stay eligible in the game, not get into foul trouble, not be in trouble that way. You know, because that's what hurt us too against Spring Valley in the last game is we had one of our seniors get into foul trouble right away. He probably ended up playing only like 8 minutes the whole game because it was just one of those kind of games for him.
Sure.
But ultimately, we need, you know, when we play great team basketball, that ball's moving around on offense and on defense, when we are playing as one unit and really having each other's backs on defense, we're a good team. And so I still think our best game is out there. And as a basketball player, you're always striving to play your best game. Well, tonight would be a good night to have it show up. So are there any injuries or illnesses or anything? Everybody healthy? Trying to think. We had one injury with Nate Hajdukovic here where he missed a couple games. And he's been back, and he's been totally fine ever since. Albright's got a little bit of a sore ankle, some tendonitis in his ankle, so he's dealing with that. And otherwise, you know, the rest of the kids that play on varsity are good to go. Now, with this game, you're going to complete your first regular season at the helm of the Vikings. How about some of your reflections about this season with the challenges and joys that it's brought? Yeah. You know, I appreciate that question too. Number one, the reflection of it. Number one is just getting the opportunity to kind of give back to the community. It has been awesome for me. I love the opportunity to coach these young men and be a mentor for them and be someone that they can come to if they need to. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to basketball and what I've learned a lot. I think as long as you keep learning, you're going to be a good coach. So what I've learned this year is a lot of things, you know, and you don't have enough time for me to tell you all of them. Okay? But ultimately, you know, the areas that we need to really improve on, we need to get better with the basketball. We need our skill level needs to really improve. Our shooting really needs to improve. And then our concepts on defense need to improve. And I think if and that's something that in the off season, when we have, you know, if we're able to have open gyms and contact days with them, those are the things that we're going to be really working on and getting better at. And we have a lot of young kids that really want to, you know, and it's fun to hear them say that, Coach, I never got to work on my game last summer. I never got to shoot like I wanted to, you know, because they didn't have a gym that they could go play at. And so that's what I'm looking forward to is having that time to build those relationships with the kids and work on their skill level and help them become a better basketball player. Well, Coach Noel, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings will be able to get back on that winning track and look to that WIAA tournament with confidence. Yeah, appreciate it, Rick. I appreciate all your time and your effort that you put into this and doing this for the boys. You bet. Have a great one tonight. Thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. The Vikings are looking to even up their conference record at 7-7 and finish the 2020-21 regular season on a winning note. On the other hand, the Durand Panthers would like to finish the regular season on a winning streak and be prepared for the WIAA regional playoffs. So the stage is set for some exciting high school boys basketball, and we'll have it all for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll head over to the school and join my colleague Dan Petchow, and we'll bring you all the action of tonight's boys' game between the Colfax Vikings and the Durand Panthers. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings boys game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Light Colfax Viking Basketball.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
NLWN-TV is excited to present NWARCI's racing action. Next Saturday, February 13th, we will present racing from Cal's Resort on Rockdam Lake in Willard, Wisconsin. Join us at 10:45 a.m. from Rockdam Lake in Willard. If internet bandwidth issues prevent us from getting a signal out of Rockdam Lake, we will air the races at 11 a.m. on Sunday, February 14th. These races are sponsored by Cal's Rockdam Resort in Willard. That's NWARCI's racing action on Saturday, February 13th on NLWN-TV. Colfax Viking Basketball is on the air.
Over to Hydorn, drives down the left side, lays it up and in. And the Vikings draw first blood.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking boys varsity basketball game.
Underneath to Reback, lays it up and puts it in.
Great pass by Noah Hydorn.
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
Back out high to Gibson, three-pointer on the way, off the front of the iron, rolls around and in. That hit the rim about 4 different places before it decided to go down and in. Good evening and welcome to Colfax High School. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow, and we're getting ready to bring you the regular season finale for the Vikings. And we have an interesting matchup tonight. The Durand Panthers, who are pretty well loaded, against the Vikings, who've been struggling as of late, but it is senior night, it's parents' night, and maybe that'll be the motivating factor, because when the Vikings are motivated, they can play with anybody. Dan?
Yeah, right. Colfax got their work cut out for them there to start out. Durand's got 3 6'3" forwards. Joey Beestervelt, Gunnar Hurlbert, and Caden Berger. They're going to fill the baseline and in the paint. So it's going to be a job for Colfax to try to keep them out and try to get some open looks here tonight.
And, you know, the Vikings have been struggling. They really struggled a lot the other night, the game that we had remotely. You know, you drop one by 40 points, it's a tough one to take. And it's all, as Coach Noel talked in Coach's Corner, it's all a matter of confidence. And these guys need to have some, because they aren't bad ball players.
Yeah, you know, if you're going to get behind, you got to really work hard to get back into the game. And Colfax just got a little bit behind and just couldn't catch up the other night.
Right, because Vikings did jump out on top in that game, and you know, a couple things then went wrong, and all of a sudden it snowballed after that.
Yeah, you don't want to get too far away. You know, the main thing is don't get out of your game plan. And you know, the kids got a little bit behind, and I think they got a little panicked there and lost their game plan for a while and just slipped away.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's so cold outside, you don't want to be outside doing anything. So it's a great night to sit down, watch some high school basketball, and we'll be back with the starting lineups right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, and we're back here at Colfax High School. And, well, I'll tell you, it looks like we might be getting ready for the national anthem. And so, yeah, we'll have Dan give the starting lineups in just a minute. We have a little bit of a change from the usual starting lineup for the Vikings because Coach Knoll is starting an all-senior lineup tonight. And everybody's quieting down. We still have about 40 seconds or so. They get quiet so fast.
Limiting exposure and wait for the school to be clear prior to executing tonight. Thank you for your cooperation.
And now, our national anthem.
Would everyone please stand at the table, remove your hats, and place your hand over your heart and honor the flag, as the national anthem is sung by the Colfax High School Quartet. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red flare, the guns bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's the Colfax High School Choir with our national anthem. And I'll tell you what, Dan, if you want to give the starting lineups while they introduce them, why don't we just go ahead and do it that way? We'll start with Durand.
Here's the starters for the Durand Panthers tonight.
Just wait and do it as they do them.
Number 2, senior Dawson Kurth. Number 3, senior Simon Bauer. Number 22, senior Joey Biesterfeld. Number 23, junior Gunnar Hurlbert. And number 24, senior Caden Berger. For the Colfax Vikings. Number 15, senior Caden Erickson. Senior number 21, Tanner Hoffman. Senior number 23, Noah Heidorn. Number 30, senior Hunter Reebok. And number 33, senior Drew Gibson.
Yeah, usually Nate Hajdukovic is starting for the Vikings, but because of senior night and Nate's only a junior, they're starting Hunter Reebok instead, and Hunter is a very capable player, spends a lot of time on the floor anyway. So
yeah,
it's like he's a sixth starter.
Right.
So Durand going to inbound the ball. We've got Berger. He's about to inbound it to Simon Bauer. And we are just about ready to get things started. Bauer has it across the timeline. Back over to Berger. Back out to Hurlburt. Then they feed it down underneath, and it gets laid up and in. That was by Biesterveld. Vikings bring it down the floor. Gibson with it. Feeds it down to Reebok. Back out to Gibson. Puts up the three. No, it doesn't go. Reebok with the rebound. Shot goes up and in. Tanner Hoffman with a three. Vikings on top. Hurlburt brings it down the floor. Drives into the lane. Feeds it down underneath. Ball gets taken away by the Vikings. Hoffman bringing it down the floor. Ball gets taken away, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And I believe it's going to be on Simon Bauer. And it is on Bauer. It's his first personal, first team foul. Hoffman feeds it in underneath to Gibson, who feeds it back out to Reebok. Reebok had his pocket picked. Down the floor comes Durand. Hurlburt puts it up, and he got fouled on the way up. And the foul is on Reebok. So Hurlburt goes to the line for the +1. And he got it. 5-3. Durand on top. Gibson inbounds it. They get it to Hoffman. Takes it across the timeline. Feeds it over to Hydorn between the circles. Hydorn takes it over to the left side, gives it to Gibson. Comes back around the top of the key to Hoffman. He's at the top of the key, drives into the lane, feeds it down underneath for Reebok. The ball gets knocked loose. Reebok picks up the loose change, puts it up. No, it doesn't go in. Hurlburt comes down with the rebound, and down the floor come the Durand Panthers. They feed it over to the right side to Biesterveld, and he hit the three-pointer. Joey Biesterveld.
Biesterveld with 5 quick points.
8-3, Panthers on top. Erickson feeds it to Reebok, gets it back to Erickson, and we have a 10-second violation against the Vikings. Boy, that was pretty close, but evidently it was.
Yeah, you got to have your whole body over.
All right, down the floor come the Durand Panthers. Bauer on the dribble, gets it over to the left side. Now they swing it back around to the right. Now to the top of the key to Hurlburt. Then to Kurth on the left, feeds it into the lane. Shot goes up and it goes in. Caden Berger with the shot from in the lane. And the Vikings to bring it down. Hydorn with it. Gets it across the timeline to Erickson. Back over to Hydorn between the circles. He takes it to the right wing. Dishes it off to Hoffman. Hoffman still on the right side. Gets it over to Hydorn, who comes out between the circles again. At the top of the key. Now over to Erickson on the left. Erickson gets the ball taken right out of his hands. Down the floor. Shot goes up. It's no good, but Hurlburt with the putback. That Simon Bauer got the steal, missed the layup, but Hurlburt with the garbage shot. 12-3. Durand on top. Vikings get it across the timeline. Reebok with it. Gets it to Hydorn, who's directing traffic. Hydorn takes it down to the right side, gets it out to Erickson, puts up a three. No. Rebound taken away by Durand, and down the floor they come. Long pass intended for Hurlburt. He's got it on the right side. Kicks it out to Berger. Shot is no good. Follow-up by Biesterveld. It's good, and we've got a timeout called by the Vikings. 14:43 to go in the first half. It's Durand 14 and the Vikings 3. And you're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back at Colfax High School, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and the Vikings to inbound the ball, and they've kind of dug a hole. They're down by 11 already. Heidorn with it in the backcourt, picked up his dribble. Now gets it over to Erickson, who feeds it down the floor to Hajdukovic. Durand tips it back out. Erickson gets it over to Gibson, who puts up the three-pointer from the left side, and he hit that three. 14-6, Vikings trailing. Kurth with it. Ball gets knocked loose. Gibson comes away with it. Down the floor, watching his back pocket. Now they feed it out to Hajdukovic. Now out to Heidorn. Heidorn puts up the three, around the rim, no good. Gibson with the rebound, puts it up and in. Vikings clawing their way back in, 14-8. Here comes Durand. The shot is up, no good. Vikings come away. Hajdukovic with the rebound. Down the floor come the Vikings. They try to feed it underneath. Saved by Hajdukovic. Lenz wasn't noticing, and Durand has the ball. Here comes Hurlburt, and they're going to call the block. They're going to call a blocking foul.
Yeah, Drew was turning as he was guarding Hurlburt.
I think he was there plenty of time and just kind of shied away from the contact. Hurlburt's a big guy, and he's going to deliver a blow when he hits you. Shot goes up and off the back of the iron. In fact, Drew was just talking with the official, like, why wasn't that a charge? And the official explained it to him. Here comes the second shot. It's good. 15-8. Durand on top. Inbound pass to Heidorn. Heidorn on the dribble. Over to Hajdukovic, across the timeline. Cross-court pass over to Gibson on the left side. Puts up the three. No. Rebound taken down by Durand. Down the floor they come. This is Bauer. He puts the shot up and it's good. And we have another timeout being called on the floor. Timeout by the Vikings. 17-8, Durand on top, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings. And we're back at Colfax. Vikings inbound the ball. Lenz has it in the corner. He's looking for somewhere to go. Gets it over to Erickson, then to Gibson, takes it across the timeline, down the right side, feeds it across the lane to Heidorn. Then outside with a three-point shot is no good by Erickson, and Durand comes away with it. Down the floor they come. Simon Bauer with it, takes it into the lane, kicks it out to Blaine Bauer. Imagine that, some Bauers from Durand. And here comes Biesterveld into the lane, puts it up, and it goes in. 19-8, an 11-point lead for the Durand Panthers. Here comes Gibson down the floor. Gets it to Lenz in the right corner, to Gibson from the right wing. Long three-pointer goes in for Drew Gibson. 11-9. Gibson has 8 points on the night so far. Yeah, 19. I was wishful thinking. Durand has the ball over in the right corner. Bringing it out high now is Ethan Hurlburt. Long three-pointer is no good. Rebound taken down by Anibus, and he puts it up and in. Vikings have it. Gibson has it, feeds it to Heidorn, goes straight down the lane, lays it up and in. 21-13, Vikings down by 8. Simon Bauer with it. Top of the key, takes it over to the right side. Feeds it off to Biesterveld. Then out to Bauer. That's Simon with it. Tries to feed it underneath to Anibus. Gets it out to Ethan Hurlbert, puts up the three, and he hit it. Ethan Hurlbert, 6'3" freshman, is going to pick up where his brother leaves off. Next year, both of them will be playing together. Gibson puts up a three. It's no good. Rebound, long pass down the floor, and just out of the reach of Hajdukovic. Couple of substitutes into the lineup for the Vikings. Reebok back in, as well as Hoffman. Pass comes into Anibus. He gets it back out to Blaine Bauer between the circles. Bauer picks it up, gets it over to the young Hurlbert, drives down to the baseline, kicks it out to the right corner. Kurth with it on the right side. Back across to Berger. Berger from the free throw line, puts it up, he hit it. That shot was as flat as a pancake, but it found its way through the hoop. 26-13, Durand doubling up the Vikings right now. Down the floor comes Hydorn. At the top of the key to Hoffman. Hoffman takes it down the right side. We're going to get a whistle and a foul as he went by. I think it's going to be on Berger. Nope, I take it back. It was on Anibus. It's Anibus's first, second team foul on the Panthers. Hoffman with it on the right side, gets it out high to Hajdukovic, then to Hydorn on the left. Back out to Hajdukovic between the circles. Picks up the ball, thought about the long three, decided not to. Gets it over to Gibson on the right side, high, wide, and right. Then over to Hydorn between the circles. Hydorn looking, gets it over to Hoffman on the right. Hoffman to the top of the key to Reebok. Gets it back to Hoffman. Hoffman squares up, takes it to the free throw line, into the lane, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound, battled around. And as they're saying, the last touch by the Panthers, Vikings will retain possession. 9:34 to go in the first half. Durand 26, Vikings 13. Hajdukovic with a jumper, rattles around and comes out. Down the floor come the Durand Panthers. Kurth with it, feeds it over to the right side to Ethan Hurlbert. Then they feed it down underneath. Long three is up no good, and the rebound gets knocked out of bounds by Gunnar Hurlbert. Both those Hurlbert boys are 6'3". One is a lot more solid than the other, but he's also a couple years older. Gibson with it, takes it across the timeline, gets it over to Hydorn between the circles for the Vikings. He takes it down the right side, gets it over to Hoffman. Hoffman takes it into the lane. We're going to get a whistle, and he carried the ball. So an unforced error by the Vikings turns the ball over.
Yeah, good job by Durand's Gunnar Hurlbert on that one.
And Durand has the ball at the top of the key. That's Gunnar Hurlbert. Over to Kurth. Back to Hurlbert on the right side. Takes it into the lane. Passes it across to his brother on the other side. The shot goes up. It's no good. Ethan Hurlbert with the three-pointer attempt, but it didn't go in. And the Vikings have it. Driving into the lane is Hoffman. We're going to get a whistle. And it's all whose leg they're saying he ran into, because he ran into about an insect's worth down there.
Yeah, Tanner Hoffman right now for Colfax working pretty hard finding his way into paint.
That foul, by the way, was on Caden Berger. It's his first personal, third team foul on Durand. Inbound pass taken away by the Panthers. Down the floor they come to the right side to Kurth, lays it up. It's no good, and we get a charge. Dawson Kurth with the charging foul. 4th team foul on Durand. Inbound pass stolen by the Panthers. They get it over to Bauer, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound taken down by Hoffman. Down the floor come the Vikings. Hoffman feeds it over to the right side to Heidorn. Takes it to the free throw line, puts up the jumper, he hit it. It's been a while since somebody put some points in. 26-15, Vikings on top. Bauer with it. He gets it over to Berger, put up the 3 and he hit it. Caden Berger with the 3-pointer. Inbound pass again stolen by Durand. The Vikings having a hard time getting the ball in. They finally get it back. Hoffman lays it up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Durand, and quickly down the floor they come. They get it out to Hurlbert in the left corner. Drives into the lane, and they're going to call him for a charge. Drew Gibson held his ground that time. And Hurlbert takes the charge.
Yeah, Hurlbert probably could have got away with it, but he dropped that shoulder right into Drew Gibson's chest.
That's Hurlbert's first personal. 5th team foul. 7:14 to go in the first half. Erickson takes it across the timeline for the Vikings. He's double, almost triple teamed. Now he comes around between the circles, feeds it over to Heidorn on the left side. Heidorn down into the left corner to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic dribbles it out into the lane, gets it over to Erickson, high, wide, and right. Back over between the circles to Heidorn. Heidorn takes it around to the right side. Now back to the free throw line. Squares up, shoots, no. Rebound taken down by Durand. Down the floor come the Panthers. It's Bauer getting it over to Berger. Squares up and he hit it. 31-15. 16-point lead for the Panthers. 6:23 to go. Gibson has it on the left side, drives the left baseline, puts it up, it's no good. Gets his own rebound, goes back up with it, and he lays it in. (31-17). Durand has it on the left side, gets it back out to the top of the key, now over to the right side to Berger, to Hurlbert. From the top of the key, 3-pointer, no good. Rebound taken down by Heidorn, takes it down the floor. Heidorn takes it to the free throw line, now comes down the left side of the lane, puts it up and it crawls in. It sat up there on the rim for a while, then crawled down and found its home. 31-19, and another charging call being called. Drew Gibson taking a beating. He got trained for this while playing quarterback, and now he's getting sacked again, only this time it's a good thing. Foul is on Bauer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Drew Gibson for Colfax is holding the team together right now. 10 points already, taking 2 charges. Good job by the senior.
Heidorn with it. Gets it over to Erickson. Tries to get it over to Lenz. Ball was knocked out of bounds by Berger. So the Vikings will retain possession. Hoffman inbounds it to Heidorn. Heidorn slowly up through the center circle. He's got it between the circles now. Loses the handle on it, but he chases it down. Does a behind the back dribble. Tips it out to Erickson. Then to Lenz in the left corner. Now back out high on the left side to Heidorn. Drives into the lane, puts it up. It rolls around, out, but then back in. And we have a stoppage on the floor as one of the Durand players, the string on his mask broke, and so he had to go get a new one. And he does. 31-21. Vikings have cut it to 10, and we have a timeout on the floor. 5:03 to go in half number 1. It's Durand 31, Vikings 21, and you're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. NLWN-TV is excited to present NWARCI's racing action. Next Saturday, February 13th, we will present racing from Cal's Resort on Rock Dam Lake in Willard, Wisconsin. Join us at 10:45 a.m. from Rock Dam Lake in Willard. If internet bandwidth issues prevent us from getting a signal out of Rock Dam Lake, we will air the races at 11 a.m. on Sunday, February 14th. These races are sponsored by Cal's Rock Dam Resort in Willard. That's NWARCI's racing action on Saturday, February 13th on NLWN-TV.
And I'll tell you what, Dan and I are going to be dressed in our warm woolies for that one because they're talking about a high on Saturday of -2. So sitting at home and watching the races from home is a good idea. Three-pointer on the way by Durand is no good. Follow-up shot is good by Berger. 33-21. Vikings down by 12.
Berger with 11 points already.
Heidorn gets it across the timeline. Gets the ball tied up, and it gets out of his control, and here comes Durand. Shot goes up, and it's in by Hurlburt. Gunnar Hurlburt with the shot. Down the floor comes Hoffman, feeds it over to Lenz in the left corner, drives the baseline. Can't find anywhere to go with it, gets it to Hoffman. Now out to Erickson, puts up the three. No, off the front of the iron. Hoffman with it. Hoffman on the right side, gets it out high to Heidorn. Heidorn to Erickson. Erickson's shot is up, no good. Rebound taken down by Durand. Down the floor they come, and we're going to get a walk being called on Blaine Bauer. He took a little hop when he caught the ball. Gibson back into the lineup for Lenz.
Yeah, Durand's trying to move the ball fast on transitions right here.
Gibson with it in the backcourt. On the dribble. Comes up across the timeline. Feeds it to Hoffman, who gets it over to Heidorn, then down low to Hajdukovic. Lays it up. No, he underlaid it. And, well, he steals the ball away from Durand. Hajdukovic paying attention and showing a little bit of hustle, getting the ball back for the Vikings. Heidorn with it now, gets it out to Gibson. Three-pointer on the way, off the back of the air, no good. Rebound taken down by Hurlburt for Durand. Down the floor they come. This is Biesterveld. Feeds it underneath to Ethan Hurlburt. Shot goes in and out. And here come the Vikings back down the floor. Hoffman with it, behind the back dribble. Gets it over to the left side to Gibson. Feeds it over to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic puts up the shot. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by Durand. Quickly down the floor to Gunnar Hurlburt. Three-pointer on the way by Hurlburt. Nothing but net. That's 9 points for Hurlburt on the night. Heidorn with it for the Vikings. Feeds it over to Gibson across the timeline. He's on the left side. Feeds it to Heidorn, cutting down the lane, lays it up and in.
No, Heidorn with 10 points already.
38-23. Durand with it on the left side. Get it over to Bauer. That's Blaine Bauer. Out to Hurlburt. Puts up another three and he hit it. Gunnar Hurlburt showing he's not only tough underneath, but he can hit him from outside. Down the floor comes Heidorn. Feeds it out into the corner to Gibson. Puts up a three. No, it's no good. Rebound being fought for underneath. Erickson puts it up. He got fouled on the way up. Shot was no good, but he's going to go to the line for two. And the foul is on Joey Biesterveld. It's his first personal, but it's the 7th team foul. So the Vikings will be in the bonus for the last couple minutes of this half. Erickson's first shot is up. It's no good. Lenz and Reebok into the lineup for the Vikings. Erickson's second shot. It's on the way. It's no good. Rebound being chased down by the Vikings, but Durand comes away with it. Down the floor is Blaine Bauer. Turns around at the baseline, feeds it out high to Kurth, then down underneath to Anibus, and he got fouled on the way up. He's going to go to the line. And that's a foul on Noah Heidorn. That's Heidorn's first personal, third team foul. And the first shot is no good. And the second shot is stuck in the rim. So that was also no good. One of the Vikings very graciously got the ball down for the officials, and now the Vikings have it. Heidorn with it in the backcourt. On the dribble across the timeline. He's got it between the circles. Takes it down the right side of the lane. Feeds it out to Reebok. Reebok takes it into the lane. Puts up the shot. It got rejected. And the Vikings got it back. Put up the shot by Erickson is no good. Here comes Durand down the floor. Kurth with it. Dishes it off to the young Hurlburt, and rebound taken down by Reebok. Minute 17 to go. Gibson drives the right baseline, puts it up, no good, but gets the ball back. That one got rejected by the older Hurlburt, gets it to the younger Hurlburt, lays it up, and it crawls in. 43-23, we have a 20-point lead for the Durand Panthers. Hurlburt gets it to Erickson. They feed it off to the right side, or left side, to Lenz in the left corner. He gets it over to Heidorn, high, wide, and left. Now he takes it between the circles and down the right side of the lane. Puts it up, no good. Rebound. Fought for down there. I thought Lenz was going to come away with it, but Durand comes away with the ball. Kurth with it. At the free throw line, drives into the lane, feeds it to Anibus, tries to put the shot up, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Vikings. Durand to inbound it, Kurth to toss it in, gets it out to Ethan Hurlburt, to Gunnar Hurlburt at the top of the key. Thought about the three, feeds it over to the right side to Blaine Bauer. Gets it out to Kurth. We got about 10 seconds. They're setting up for one shot. Kurth on the dribble over to the right side to Ethan Hurlburt. Feeds it underneath to Anibus. Puts it up, and it's good. And that's the end of the first half with the score. The Durand Panthers 45. The Colfax Vikings 23. And we've got halftime coming up right about now.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's edition of Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report. That's all coming up following this brief timeout.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Drew Gibson, and Drew is a senior here at Colfax, and we're going to get to know Drew a little better right after this brief timeout.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
We're talking with Drew Gibson on Viking Profile. And Drew, we know you play basketball, but what else do you do at school?
Well, I played football. I'm involved in our choir and musicals. I'm also involved in NHS Student Council and FBLA.
Pretty busy guy. Plus, you have a job on top of that.
Yep. Always visit me at Synergy Cooperative. It's real fun.
So when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of experience do you have?
I started playing, and I believe it was third or fourth when we started, and then I played ever since then. I played a couple years at AAU.
Okay. So what's the most important thing you've learned from playing basketball?
I think the biggest thing, well, especially compared to the other sports, it's a really long season, so it's a long grind. It teaches you to take care of your body and really get a good teammates, or else it's going to be a long season.
Okay. So when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that you're interested in that keep you occupied?
I'm strolling through Facebook Marketplace and finding some items to flip, make some money.
Okay. A little bit of entrepreneurship on your part, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. All right, here I've got a few rapid-fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Which kind?
Chocolate chip.
There you go. The real gooey ones?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mom's.
Oh, I'm coming over. Tell your mom to have them ready. Right out of the oven.
Right.
Your favorite color and why?
Always loved wearing those conference and regional championship basketball shirts when I was younger.
Okay. So if you could have a superpower, what would that be and why?
I would definitely go with some teleport, because good luck guarding me if I get a rebound on one end and can go right under the basket on the other.
And just if you're going to teleport high enough so that you're slamming it down through. Yeah, I get the idea. So your favorite NBA or WNBA team, if you have one?
I like the Minnesota Timberwolves.
All right. How about your favorite college team?
I like watching the Gophers.
You've been consistent with that every time I've chatted with you. I've got to hand it to you.
Minnesota proud.
We're talking with Drew Gibson here on Viking Profile. And Drew, what are your plans for after high school?
You know, I'm looking at options to play basketball right now, but if not, I go to Eau Claire to pursue an education career.
Okay, and how about a shout out to your family?
Shout out to my amazing mom, dad, and grandma.
All right. And when people watch Viking games here on NLWN-TV, what number do you wear and what position do you play?
I wear number 33, and you can kind of see all over the court. I guess it'll just depend on the night.
Okay. Hey, we want to thank Drew Gibson for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next is more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Time now for the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School.
At Colfax High School last week, the Viking girls basketball team was crowned Dun St. Croix Conference champions for the third year in a row. Following Viking victories over Spring Valley and Durand, the Vikings finished the regular season with a 13-3 overall record and 13-1 conference record. Congratulations to the champion Colfax Viking girls. Now, the Viking boys had 3 games last week and finished the week winning 2 out of the 3. They defeated Boyceville 75-53 and followed that up with a 60-55 victory over Glenwood City before losing to Mondovi 82-37. The week's action left the boys with a 6-9 overall record and an even 6-6 in the Dun St. Croix Conference. Now, coming up this week, the Viking girls begin WIAA regional tournament action on Friday when they host the Regis Ramblers. Should the girls win that game, they will play again on Saturday against an opponent yet to be determined at either Fall Creek or Colfax. The Viking boys are scheduled to travel to Spring Valley on Monday to host Durand on Thursday, which will wrap up the 2020-2021 regular season. We'll have both games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV, with Viking pregame beginning at 6:55 and live play-by-play at 7:10. Also this week, the middle school girls basketball team will host the Boyceville Bulldogs on Tuesday. Don't forget that this week is also Winter Carnival Week at Colfax High School. Now, next week, the Viking boys will begin their WIAA regional tournament action on Tuesday, February 16th, when they host the Augusta Beavers. Should the boys win that game, tournament action will continue on Friday at Fall Creek. If the Viking girls have not been defeated, next week they will begin WIAA sectional play with a berth at the state tournament on the line. Also next week, parent-teacher conferences will be held on Monday and Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m. on each evening. Parents, you are a very important part of your child's education team, so please be sure to attend the parent-teacher conferences on either Monday or Thursday. In addition, next week, the Middle School Science Olympiad Regionals will be held in Boyceville on Saturday, February 20th. And one more thing, might be the most important, there will be no school on Friday, February 19th. That's what's happening at Colfax High School for the week of February 7th through the 13th, and then some.
You've been tuned to the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School. Stay tuned. Coming up next is more Viking halftime and then second half action.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow back here at Colfax High School. And the Vikings are trailing in this one. Durand on top of the Vikings, 45-23. Dan, why don't you tell us how we got those points?
Yeah, here's scores right now for the Durand Panthers. Their leading scorer is number 23, Gunnar Hurlbert. He's got 12 points, followed by 24, Caden Berger. He has 11 points. We have Ethan Hurlbert with 5. We have Ethan Anibus with 4, and Blaine Bauer with 2. For the Colfax Vikings, their leading scorer right now.
How about Biesterveld?
Biesterveld. Oh, I forgot him. He's got 9 points. He's the third one. Sorry about that. For the Colfax Vikings, their leading scorers, they got 2 of them right now. Number 23 and number 33. They both have 10 points, followed by Tanner Hoffman with 3.
And Durand will be inbounding the ball. So Caden Berger to inbound it. He's going to be tossing it into Simon Bauer. Or check that, that's Currett. Nope, it was Bauer. He's kind of standing sideways, and dark number on dark jersey is not always the easiest to read when it's not exactly facing right at you. Feed down to the baseline, shot goes up and no good. The Vikings try to push it down the floor, but it gets out in front of them a little bit, and Durand comes away with it. And now Bauer has it between the circles. Stops at the top of the key, gets it over to Hurlbert, who feeds it. Well, now they get it over to the right side to Kurth. Stops in the lane, puts it up and in. 47-23. Durand Panthers on top. Erickson has it in the backcourt. Full court pressure being put on by Durand. They get it to Hoffman, takes it over the timeline on the right side. Cross-court pass over to Gibson. Feeds it down underneath to Erickson. His shot got blocked, and down the floor come the Durand Panthers. And they're going to call a traveling call on Bauer. He was trying to flip the pass over, and the feet just went out from under him. So the Vikings inbound it. Hoffman has it. Gets it across the timeline to Hydorn. They feed it underneath to Hajdukovic, who lays it up and in. 47-25. Bauer with it, takes it down the lane, puts it up, and it goes in. He found a path down the lane right through the traffic and laid it up and in. Gibson feeds it into Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic on the dribble in the backcourt. Gets it across the timeline to Hoffman, over to Erickson from the corner, and he put up the three-pointer. Caden Erickson with his first points of the night. And down the floor comes Bauer. Feeds it over to Kurth on the right side. To Hurlbert from the free throw line, kicks it out to Biesterveld. Gets it over into the left corner. And the shot went in. And we have a foul being called and on Caden Berger. It's his second personal. First team foul on the Durand Panthers. Gibson has it, feeds it into the lane to Hydorn, puts the shot up. He got hammered on the way up. Almost got decapitated on the way up.
Fouls on 22, Joey Biesterveld for Durand.
First shot is no good. Hydorn's second shot is nothing but net that time. 51-29. Vikings trailing, trying to scrap their way back in. Durand has it from the free throw line. They get it over to Hurlbert, who loses the handle on it to Gibson. Gibson takes it down, lays it up, and puts it in. Drew Gibson with the pocket-picking action. And down the floor come the Durand Panthers. Bauer feeds it over to Hurlbert, puts up the three, off the back of the iron, no good. Erickson quickly down the floor for the Vikings, feeds Gibson down at the baseline. Gibson gets it out to Hydorn. Hydorn over to Gibson from the left corner, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Erickson, gets it out to Hoffman, puts up the three, it's no good. Rebound being fought for, and it's going to be Viking ball. It was off of Hurlbert. And we're going to have 4 in, 4 out for the Durand Panthers. As the Vikings are getting ready to inbound it. Well, now we have one for the Vikings. Tristan Lenz coming in for Tanner Hoffman. Hydorn has the ball. Now he gets it in. Erickson puts up the three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by the Panthers. Down the floor comes Bauer. Over to the free throw line. Gets it out to the wing on the left side. The shot goes up. It's no good. That shot was by Blaine Bauer, and the Vikings come away with it. Hydorn has it at the top of the key. Gets over to the right side, turns, puts it up, no good. Rebound tapped around, and coming away with it is Dre Bauer. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. So Dre Bauer marks the third Bauer into the lineup for the Durand Panthers. Inbound pass taken away by the Panthers, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul because Simon Bauer was going up with the shot and got fouled. Noah Hydorn on the foul. Second personal for Hydorn. Bauer's free throw is no good. Second shot now. It's on the way, off the front of the iron, no good. Lenz with it. Gets it to Hydorn. Down the floor come the Vikings. Hydorn takes it down the lane. He laid it up and in. Noah Hydorn on a solo run. Stopped out at the top of the key, then found his way down the lane, laid it in. Anibus with it for the Durand Panthers. Gets it over to Dre Bauer. Feeds it off to the right side. This is Blaine Bauer with it. And the ball goes out of bounds. It will be Durand ball, and inbounding the ball will be Simon Bauer. And we have a timeout being called on the floor. 51-33, Durand on top, and you are tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow back here at Colfax High School where the Vikings trail 51-33. Durand has the ball. They inbound it to Anibus, to Simon Bauer. Over to Ethan Hurlbert, then down into the left corner. That's Blaine Bauer. And they get it out high to Dre Bauer. Back over to Blaine, and now coming into the lane was Hurlbert, and his shot is no good. Gibson with the rebound. He brings it down the floor, tries to take it, and we're going to get an out of bounds off of Gibson. He lost his footing coming in, and the ball went out of bounds. So Durand brings it down the floor. Ethan Hurlbert with it, takes it into the lane, kicks it over to Dre Bauer, puts up the shot, it's no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings quickly down the floor as Erickson puts the shot up, it's no good, but knocked out of bounds by Ethan Hurlbert. Hydorn to inbound. They get it into Erickson, over to Gibson. Gibson on the right side, he's high, wide, and right, over to Hydorn between the circles. Hydorn takes it over to the left side, and then to Erickson, out to Gibson by the elbow. Hydorn takes it into the lane, puts it up, basket counts, and we're going to get a foul. The old-fashioned three-pointer coming up here. At least that's what Hydorn's hoping for. That foul is on Anibus. It's his second personal. Third team foul. And the shot is good. 51-36. Vikings trying to cut into that lead. Simon Bauer thought about the three-pointer. Feeds it off to the side. Dre Bauer now has it between the circles. Looking for somewhere to go with it. He gets it over to Blaine Bauer. Back out to Dre. Takes it over to the right side. Gets it to Simon. Simon puts the three-pointer up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Gibson. Gibson brings it down the floor on the right side. Takes it into the lane. Tried to feed it to Lenz. And I don't think Lenz saw it coming because he was screened by a Durand Panther. Wholesale substitutions now for the Durand Panthers. So Caden Berger to inbound it, gets it into Kurth, who brings it down across the timeline. These are the starters now back in for the Durand Panthers. Kurth gets it over to the right side to Wittig. He's not a starter, but otherwise it's pretty much the starters. Jump shot from the free throw line is no good by Biestervelt, and the Vikings come down with a rebound. Vikings trail by 15. Hydorn has it between the circles. Gets it over to the right side to Gibson. Back out high to Reebok. To Hajdukovic on the left. To Hydorn. Takes it into the lane and gets it out to Hoffman on the left side. Puts the shot up. It's short. Hurlburt comes away with it. Brings it down the floor. Feeds it over to Kurth. Kurth takes it down the left side, puts the shot up, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And the foul is on Nate Hajdukovic. It's his first personal, and it's only the second team foul on the Vikings. Dawson Kurth at the line for two. First shot's up off the front of the iron, no good. And here's his second shot. On the way, and it goes through. 52-36. Vikings down by 16. Down the floor comes Hydorn. Tries to feed it across the timeline, gets it over to Hoffman, feeds it out to Gibson. Long three-pointer on the way off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound chased down by Hydorn. Gets it to Gibson, who cuts the lane and puts it up and in. 14 points for Drew Gibson tonight. 38-52, Vikings down. 14-point difference. Three-pointer on the way. That was nothing but net by Cole Wittig. So 55-38, Durand on top. Hajdukovic with it. Gets it down to Hoffman in the right corner. Thought about the right baseline. Changed his mind. Gets it out to Hydorn. High, wide, and right. Hydorn comes in, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And the foul is going to be on Cole Wittig. That's the fourth team foul. First foul on Wittig. Hoffman inbounds it to Hydorn. Takes it to the free throw line, inside the lane, kicks it out to Gibson. Drives the left baseline, puts it up, no good. Next try is no good, but that tip in is good by Gibson. 50-40, or 55-40. 15-point game. 9:35 to go. Into the lane, and we got a travel call. Oh no, they're going to call a foul. Caden Berger took it into the lane, and we got a foul on Hoffman. I thought he traveled first. That's the first foul on Hoffman. Shots on the way, it's good. And the second shot is up, and it's also good.
He gets the Euro step.
Yeah, okay.
It seems to come up at least once a game.
Vikings try to feed it down underneath, and ball got tipped out of bounds by Durand, so the Vikings will have it under their own basket. Hydorn to inbound. They get it into Hoffman. Hoffman drives into the lane, puts a shot up. It's no good, but he got fouled on the way up. Tanner Hoffman going to the line. Joey Biestervelt with the foul. It's his third personal. 15 foul on Durand. Hoffman's shot is no good. Second shot on the way. That one rattles in. 57-41. Down the floor comes Durand. They get it over to the left side now, cross court back over to the right side to Hurlburt. Get it out high to Berger. Loses control at the free throw line and feeds it out to Wittig, who puts it up and it rolls in. Cole Wittig. So the Vikings have it on the right side. Ball gets loose on the floor. And then to Gibson, and we have a timeout call by the Vikings. 8:36 to go. It's 59-41 in favor of the Durand Panthers, and you are tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back here at Colfax High School, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. 8:36 to go in this one. Durand on top, 59-41. Vikings to inbound it. Pass into Gibson. Tries to work it into the lane. Ball gets knocked loose. He picks it up. Feeds it out to Hydorn. Hydorn takes it into the lane. Jump shot goes up and in. That's 18 points for Noah Hydorn tonight. Ethan Hurlbert feeds it over to Anibus. Then it comes out to Blaine Bauer at the top of the key. Over to Simon Bauer on the right side. Drives into the lane, puts a shot up, and it's in. 8 minutes even to go in the game. 61-43. Durand up by 18. Hydorn with it. Feeds it over to Erickson. Erickson back to Hydorn. On the right, or left side, to Gibson at the top of the key. Over to Hoffman. Back out to Erickson. Puts a shot up. It's no good. Loose ball taken away by Durand, and down the floor they come. Simon Bauer with it. Drives to the baseline. Feeds it out. That's to Dre Bauer. Now out to Blaine Bauer. To Anibus. On the right side, back out to Blaine. Puts the shot up. It's no good. And the Vikings come away with it. Hoffman with it. Takes it down into the lane. Puts a shot up. It's no good. Rebound goes right back up and in by Erickson. Shot goes up by Durand, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Shot was no good. Foul's on Reebok. And they're saying the foul was on the floor. They didn't make contact until the ball was on the rim. It was kind of a slow motion foul. Reebok kind of fell back into him. Simon Bauer down, kicks it over to the left side. Now it comes back around to Dre, and then into Anibus. Turns around, puts a shot up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Gibson. Gibson takes it across the timeline to Hydorn. Hydorn on the right side out to Reebok. Then they swing it around to Erickson on the left. Feeds it to Gibson, left side of the lane, out to Hoffman, puts up the three. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound, put back is up and in by Hunter Reebok. (61-47), Vikings trailing. Simon Bauer gets it over to Dre Bauer. Back to Simon, drives the baseline. Kicks it out to Blaine Bauer. Then to Ethan Hajdukovic. Or not Hajdukovic. Hurlbert. One of those long H names. They get it back out. Three-point shot goes up by Blaine Bauer. It's no good. And the Vikings come down the floor. Erickson has it. Feeds it over to Gibson. Back to Hydorn. Hydorn has it between the circles over to the left side to Erickson. Erickson out to Gibson at the top of the key. Gibson over to the right side. Hoffman has it. Drives towards the lane. Feeds it off to Reebok, and he banks it off the glass and puts it home. 61-49, 5:11 to go. And we have a timeout being called. Vikings have cut it to a 12-point game. Durand 61, Vikings 49, and you are tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Back here at Colfax High School, Durand Panthers with a 61-49 lead, and they're going to inbound the ball. 5:06 to go. They get it into Hurlburt. Feed it down underneath to Hurlburt. Puts it up, banks it off the glass, puts it in. Down the floor come the Vikings. Heidorn with it. He stopped between the circle. Feeds it over to Erickson on the left side. Back out to Heidorn. To Gibson, top of the key. To Hoffman on the right side. Down to Reback from the right corner. Puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Durand. Down the floor they come. This is Simon Bauer with it. Feeds it over to the left side. They get it out to Hurlburt. Then over to the right side. They feed it down underneath. And the shot is no good by Biesterveld. Hoffman has it for the Vikings. They get it out to Heidorn. Between the circles. He gets it over to Erickson with a long three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken down by Durand. Simon Bauer with it on the right side. He's high, wide, and right. Feeds it cross court over to Berger. Back out to Hurlburt. And they get it to Bauer. Feed it down into the corner. Then they kick it out to Biesterveld, who tries to drive into the lane and feed it out. We're going to get a whistle down underneath. Foul on Erickson. It's Erickson's first personal for the Vikings. 5th team foul on the Vikings. Both teams have 5 fouls. Reebok and Hoffman have a seat. Vikings knock the ball away, but it goes out of bounds, and it'll still be Durand ball. Bauer to inbound. This is Simon Bauer. Feeds it into Hurlburt. High on the left side, gets it back to Bauer. Back over to the left side. They try to feed it to Hurlburt down at the left side of the lane. It's knocked loose. He gets it back out high to Berger. Now back down to Hurlburt. Tries to lay it up. It does not go in. Vikings doing a little bit of transition ball right now. Heidorn has it. Tries to feed it underneath to Lenz, and the ball gets tipped and is out of bounds. Lenz will inbound. No, he won't. Heidorn to inbound for the Vikings. And they get it out to Gibson. Puts up the three from a long ways away. That one came all the way from Albertville. Long three-pointer by Drew Gibson. 63-52. Vikings down by 11. Durand has it high, wide, and right. This is Bauer. Feeds it across to Hurlburt on the left side. Hurlburt with it. Feeds it down low to Biesterveld. Takes it into the lane. Kicks it out. Now they have it out high with Kurth. And reaching in is Erickson.
Yeah, Colfax has a couple fouls to give yet.
That's the 6th team foul on the Vikings. Next one, they'll put Durand to the line. Kurth has it. He kicks it out high to Berger, and we have a whistle. And it's going to be a foul on Lenz. It's going to put Berger at the line for the 1-and-1. Hoffman coming in, replacing Lenz. First one's up and it rattles home. Caden Berger at the line. Second shot goes in. 64-52. Down the floor come, or 65-52. Check that. Vikings have it. Feed it over to the left side, then back out high to Hydor, and three-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound taken down by Durand. Berger with it. Gets it over to Simon Bauer. Bauer across the timeline. Takes it over to the left side. Bauer still on the dribble. Gets it out to Berger between the circles. Berger now high, wide, and right. Gets it to Kurth between the circles. And we have a whistle and a foul by Erickson. This is going to put Dawson Kurth to the line. Kurth's first shot is good. And the second shot's on its way, and it's good. 67-52. Durand up by 15. They feed it to Gibson at the free throw line. Gets it back out to Hydorn. Back to Gibson. Back to Hydorn. To Hajdukovic from the left three-pointer, and it's good. Nathan Hajdukovic with a three. Cuts the lead back to 12. 67-55. Across the timeline comes Kurth. Feeds it out high to Berger. Berger takes it between the circles. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And the foul is on Tanner Hoffman. It's his second personal, 9th team foul on the Vikings. First shot's on the way, it's good. Caden Berger with his 18th point on the night. Make that 19. And down the floor come the Vikings. Hydorn with it between the circles. Over to the right side, back out to Hydorn. To Gibson, high, wide, and right. Over to Hydorn between the circles. Down to the right wing is Erickson. Three-pointer's no good. Gibson comes away with a loose change. Lays it up off the glass, and it goes in. And we have a timeout called. 69-57. Vikings down by a dozen. And you're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
We're back here at Colfax High School, final regular season game of the season. We're under a minute to go. Vikings trail by a dozen. Durand has the ball. Berger to inbound it. Long pass to Simon Bauer, and they're going to get Gibson with a reaching foul. They really didn't even use up a full 2 seconds. So Simon Bauer to the line. First shot is up, it's off the back of the iron, no good. Bauer with 4 points on the night. Hoffman and Reebok into the lineup for Lenz and Hajdukovic. Bauer's second shot is up. That one's good. 70-57. Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Hydorn with it. Gets it out to Gibson. Gibson with another long three. He hit it! It came off the glass and went in the hole. And we're going to get a timeout by the Vikings. 69-60, 39 and a half seconds to go. And hey, this is a good way to finish up our basketball season, Dan.
Yeah. Where'd that year go?
My goodness. Now, that doesn't mean we're totally done, because we're going to help out our friends at Viking TV, and we'll be helping them by calling the play-by-play for tomorrow night's girls regional game against Regis, and also Tuesday's regional game for the boys against the Augusta Beavers.
Yeah.
So we got a couple more games too. Hopefully by Tuesday we'll have thawed out from Saturday.
I'm shivering already.
Just the thought of it, exactly. All right, Durand inbounds the ball. They're in the backcourt, and we're going to get a reaching foul on Hoffman. And the shot goes up and in. Second shot on the way. That one's good. So 71-60. Durand with the lead. 30 seconds to go. Gibson gets it out to Hoffman, puts up a three. It's no good. Rebound chased down, and we got a whistle and a foul. That one's going to be on Erickson. That's the fourth foul on Erickson. And it's going to send Dawson Kurth to the line for two because Durand's in the double bonus. First shot's on the way. It's good. 73-60. Second shot off the front of the iron. Rebound taken down by Gibson. He quickly brings it down the floor, gets it over to Hydorn. Tries to take it into the lane. We got a whistle and a foul as he goes into the lane. And foul was on the floor, so the Vikings will inbound. Max Knutson to inbound it for the Vikings. Gets it into Reebok, puts up a long three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Durand. They get it across the timeline. They're just going to run the clock. The Vikings aren't going to do anything about it. And that's going to be our final score for tonight. Durand Panthers 73 and the Vikings 60. And we're going to be back with some Viking post game right after this timeout. You've been tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hat person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Boys Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Time now for Viking postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking boys game. And now, Viking postgame.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Tonight was senior night, and so we're going to send it down to the floor for a little bit of a ceremony they've got going on down on the floor for the seniors.
He is a big bulk of our ball handling and is always ready to step up for the team. Noah is a super tough young man with a big desire to be successful. Thank you, Noah. Number 3, Durand. We love how hard Hunter plays the game of basketball, giving everything on the court. He is always the first one on the floor, diving for loose balls, and is not afraid to step up and take charge. Hunter is a super tough young man. Thank you, Hunter. Number 3, Max Newton. Max is super athletic, has a great attitude, and works hard every day. Max does whatever is asked of him, and he gets it done. Max is a great team guy. Thank you, Max. Number 44, Danny Kakega. Danny has super quick feet and has been a great teammate all year long. His teammates love being around him and cheering him on when he gets the opportunity to step on the floor. Thank you, Danny. Number 15, Hayden Erickson. We really appreciate how respectful Hayden is every single day. Not just to his coaches and teammates, but to everyone he encounters. Hayden plays the game with great energy and is an extremely coachable player. He is also a great shooter for a baseball player. Thank you, Hayden. Number 21, Tanner Hoffman. We enjoy Tanner's passion that he brings to the game. We appreciate that Tanner can play inside and outside for us this year and accept whatever role given to him. Thank you, Tanner. Number 33, Drew Gibson. Drew, a.k.a. Shrek, is a player who leads by example and is a great role model for our young players. As a basketball player, we like how Drew can play multiple positions on the floor, and we still believe that his best basketball days are ahead of him. Drew can always be counted on and off the court, by his coaches and his teammates. Thank you, Drew.
And those are the 2020 and 2021 seniors for the Colfax Vikings, as they've taken a minute to honor those players. And we're going to take a bit of a timeout, and then we'll come back, and Dan will tell us how we got to this 73-60 score on this one. So you're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
NLWN-TV is excited to present NWA-RCI's racing action. Next Saturday, February 13th, we will present racing from Cal's Resort on Rockdam Lake in Willard, Wisconsin. Join us at 10:45 a.m. from Rockdam Lake in Willard. If internet bandwidth issues prevent us from getting a signal out of Rockdam Lake, we will air the races at 11 a.m. on Sunday, February 14th. These races are sponsored by Cal's Rockdam Resort in Willard. That's NWA-RCI's racing action on Saturday, February 13th on NLWN-TV.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
They made some tough shots.
Well, Rick Olson back here at Colfax High School. Dan Petschau's around here somewhere. But look who's joined me, Coach Noel. You know, the scoreboard doesn't show how well those kids came out and worked tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I was really proud of their effort. That's what I told them. I thought the kids played as hard as they could. We dug ourselves a big hole at halftime. But Durand's a really good team, as you saw. I mean, they're a very potent team. They can score. But when we figured out how to play transition defense in the second half and not turn the ball over in the backcourt, those two things right there, and then try to limit them to one shot only and get the defensive rebound, that's when we were a +9 in the second half.
Right, and you could just see they picked up the game. I thought it was interesting that you had Drew Gibson as the last person honored of those seniors because he seemed to try to really lead the way tonight. And it shows with the number of points that he put in, but he was all over the floor. And he wasn't the only one that did that either.
Yeah.
There were a lot of players scrambling all over the place, trying to make something, trying to scratch their way back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like Drew and Caden, Tanner, Hunter, I'm probably going to Danny, Max. I hope I didn't miss anyone, but all the seniors I thought did a great job. We made a little switch in our defensive system. We've done it all year long. We've been switching everything. If you notice today, we didn't switch, okay? And we did a better job defensively, and I think that helped us, and we got used to it in the second half. They made some shots in the first half. Teams are going to make shots. We missed some shots in the first half. I really thought that could have been about a 6 to 8 point game at halftime. Mm-hmm. If it's a 6 to 8 point game, like I thought it was, we win by 1 or 2 in the second half.
That could have been. This game has got to do a lot to build the confidence. We talked in Coach's Corner today about the confidence level of this team and how it needs to be built up. And this game, even though they came up on a short end of the score, has to do something to help build that confidence and set you up pretty nicely for the playoffs.
Yeah, I thought, as you saw, a team that kept competing. They didn't get down. When they got down, they didn't stop. They kept getting after it, kept competing, and they weren't playing the scoreboard. In some of our other games, they played the scoreboard, and when you play the scoreboard, you just go down. We were playing our efforts, we were playing our focus tonight. When you play your effort and your focus, the scoreboard will take care of itself. And in the first half, we were playing the scoreboard a little bit. Second half, we played our effort and our focus, and that's when you saw the better, us come out as a better team. So even though we lost tonight, I'm still very proud of the kids, their effort, the hard work, and they're what I love about this group more than anything, it's a very coachable group. They've allowed me to be their coach when coming in and got all 7 seniors, and I love the fact that they are very coachable and very respectful.
Yeah, if only you would have had some chance to coach him because COVID stepped in and took away a lot of coaching time.
Yep.
And then you had to pack all those games in because of the COVID, so there wasn't a whole lot of coaching time in there. There was game management.
Right.
And
like I told you, Rick, earlier today, yesterday was our 11th practice in 5 weeks.
Yeah, and it's really hard to get anything new in and to work on skills and so on. But you could see that the kids responded to that. They played a team that, by rights, probably should have had a bigger score on them, but the kids played well against them.
Yeah. I'm proud of the boys and their efforts tonight. We came up on the short end. I think what you saw, the great thing as a coach is that, they've had a couple of tough games in a row, but that shows you they still have hearts. They still have desire. And now we get to move on to the tournament. We get to host. We're hosting Augusta, on the 16th. So we're happy about that opportunity to be able to play at home one more time.
Dan and I are kind of excited about that because Northern Light Webcasting isn't going to be here, but Dan and I are coming because we're going to help out Jeff over there. We're going to call the play-by-play for Jeff's program on Viking TV.
Perfect.
And so we're going to be here to see that. We're looking forward to that.
I'm happy to hear the trifecta will still be here working with
you
each
bet.
other.
We'll try to bring you some of our luck and make that work out. And congratulations on a good effort tonight, Coach.
Thank you. That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah.
You want to show your best, and tonight if we lost, but we still showed our best.
There you go.
That was our best tonight.
There you go. Well, congratulations, and we'll have more Viking post-game coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking post-game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Hey.
Okay. If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow back here at Colfax High School. Final score in this one, Durand 73, Vikings 60, but that score really isn't indicative of the effort that the Vikings put forward tonight. Dan, why don't you tell us how we got to that score?
Yeah, here's the scores for Durand tonight. Their leading scorer was number 24, Caden Berger, with 21 points, followed by number 23, Gunnar Hurlbert, with 14. We had Joey Biestervelt with 9. We had Dawson Kurth with 6. We had Simon Bauer with 5. Cole Wittig with 5. We had Ethan Anibus with 4. And we had Blaine Bauer with 2. For the Colfax Vikings, their leading scorer tonight was number 33, their senior Drew Gibson. He had 24 points, followed by Noah Heidorn with 18. We had Nathan Hajdukovic with 5. We had Caden Erickson with 5. And we had Tanner Hoffman and Hunter Reebok with 4 each. So 73-60 is your final score.
And like I said, that's not exactly indicative of how the Vikings played tonight. I thought they scrapped pretty hard. And as Coach said, especially in the second half, they made some adjustments at halftime, and they came out scrapping and actually kind of stayed in the game.
Yep, yeah, Durand, they got on transition offense in the first half, really pushed the ball down the court, got easy shots, and they just kind of shot up real quick, about 5-6 minutes in the game, and then it was just kind of a Colfax trying to hang on to stay in it, which they did make a little run in the second half, and kept it close for a while. But just the inside presence by Durand, with Caden Berger and Gunnar Hurlbert, just a little too much for Colfax tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we take one more break and we'll have a few final words about tonight's game. And you're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, they can do it too, I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color-coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced House Hunter. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
And Rick Olson, along with Dan Petchow, and 73-60. Vikings drop it by 13 tonight, but they were down by a lot more than that, and they came back and made a game out of it.
Yeah, good job by the seniors to keep them in this game, led by number 33, Drew Gibson for Colfax.
10-minute buzzer to make sure everybody's out of the gym by then. And right now, the few people have come back in to get a couple of the seniors have come back in to get some pictures taken with their senior plaques and with some of their teammates and coaches and parents and so on. And it's always good to see the seniors get a little bit of extra recognition on senior night. But the Vikings played well enough that hopefully they can get a little confidence ready to take on the Augusta Beavers here on Tuesday night. And I'm kind of looking forward to doing that with you here on Viking TV. For those of you that normally watch on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV, to get to Viking TV, it's pretty easy. You just go to the school website, and that's colfax.k12.wi.us. Then about halfway down the page, there's some boxes, and in the center box, there's a link there for Viking TV. And just click on that link, and it'll take you right to it. Dan and I will be calling the play-by-play for that. Got to help them out, too. They've been helping us out all season, so we've got to return the favor, and we'll be ready to do that. Hey, don't forget, we've got some other stuff coming up as well. The Viking girls are going to start their WIAA playoff action tomorrow evening when they host the Regis Ramblers right here, right where we're sitting. And again, we'll do that with Viking TV. And so game time is 7 o'clock, so make sure you tune in for that. Again, the boys, Tuesday, when they host the Augusta Beavers, 7 o'clock on Viking TV. On Saturday, if you want to hear the sound of chattering teeth, that's our next coverage of live NWIRC ice racing. It'll be from Rock Dam Lake near Willard, Wisconsin. Our live coverage is scheduled to begin at 10:45 on NLWN-TV. However, if we have the same issues we had a couple weeks ago at Otter Lake with bandwidth issues, then we'll carry the races on Sunday at 11 a.m. instead of Saturday. That'll be a last-second decision. We have to see what kind of signal we can get out of Rock Dam Lake. So we're hoping for 10:45 Saturday. If we're not there, tune in Sunday at 11. You'll find the races there. And then coming up in March, on March 17th, it's only about a month away, we have Classic Wissota racing action, and we're going to bring back 7 of the weekend races from Eagle Valley Speedway and a few added features that John has done. This is going to get you ready for the 2021 racing season. That's Classic Wissota racing action starting on March 17th. That's a Wednesday on NLWN-TV. So, Dan, that's the end of our basketball season on NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Yeah, what a wild ride this season.
It has been. It has been, but, you know, I'm really happy we got as much of it in as we were able to get in, because with this year, with COVID and everything, we didn't even know if we'd be still doing this at this time of the year, and we are.
Yeah, we pieced it together.
We did.
Figured it out.
I'm kind of proud of what we were able to put together and make happen. Well, folks, stick around for those other things we talked about. We've got some other things that we're working on to try to get lined up for spring and summer or next fall. And so stick around, check out our website, northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com, and check us out on Facebook, and we'll keep things posted right there. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking boys game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.